Hi, my name is Dyke Rosskelley. I was born and raised in Provo, Utah. I'm an artist. I mostly sculpt in wood, but I also do other sculptures. The way I got started into art was, as a young boy, I've always been artistically minded. I've loved art, but I had to work with my dad, who was blind. He was a mechanic, and he needed me as a young boy to be his helper, to be his eyes, to tell him what I could see. So as a young boy, I started paying a lot of attention to little details, and so that I could describe them to my father. And as a young boy, I drew pictures of motorcycles and cars and things like that, and because I'd paid a lot of attention to the cars that we worked on, I learned that I could draw them pretty well. As I grew and developed, my dad, who's blind, he couldn't appreciate the pictures that I spent so much time drawing, and so I evolved into doing more of a three-dimensional, a relief carving that he could feel and appreciate with his hands, and understand the picture by the feel of his hands. So that's how come I've developed into this extreme relief carvings. I have a great interest and intrigue into the Native American history and culture, so I tend to do a lot of art towards the Native Americans just because I love the history and the culture. So the reason why we're doing this campaign is to raise funds for the product, and also so that I can take the product around the nation, going to art shows and art contests to display the work in a way to promote myself and to promote my artwork. As a reward, we're going to give away posters, prints, and DVDs of my artwork and the development of this picture that we're working on. The DVDs will show the progression of the picture from a block of wood all the way through completion, so that you can see the complete evolution of it and how it comes, how I do my artwork, and how I can bring it from carving it out of a block of wood into a lifelike and picture that has life and movement. You know, Indian culture, that horse would have been his transportation, his method of hunting, his whole livelihood, and they rode horses till they were dead and then ate them. But they depended on those horses, they loved them and cared for them, and you know, and so I titled the picture Wounded Warrior because it was a fallen comrade, it was his horse, and calling it Wounded Warrior to symbolize both the Indian culture of his companion soldier that's wounded and down, but also in appreciation for the wounded, you know, those that serve our country and keep us free. So it's just my way of doing a picture of, you know, the warriors that keep our country free, but in a medium or subject matter that, you know, works in hand with the style of artwork I do. I want to thank you for your time and interest in our campaign, and I want to thank those especially that contribute to this campaign and help to make this successful. Thank you.